Happy full wolf moon to everyone. Friday, January 6, 2023, or whenever you find this message, we have the wolf moon, the full moon in January, and this is when the wolves are very hungry and can be heard expressing themselves. We're going to put this back in the stack, though, and see if it comes out organically. But this is number 29. 2 plus 9 is 11. So the 11th of January may be relevant for some people, may resonate. And then we have 1. So we have 1, 1, 1 as I'm speaking the void. As I was pre-shuffling, I got the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Swords, and the 5 of Pentacles. A lot of, I was going to say fighting, and then we have surrender and the void, surrendering. What does surrendering mean? Surrendering means knowing when something is above and beyond you and asking for the help to achieve your goal and continue to move forward, whether it be spiritually, emotionally, physically, financially, whatever it may be. And allowing and trusting, having faith, knowing that you will receive the answer, the opportunity, the truth, the sign, whatever it is that you may need. So, we have self-love. We have sovereignty. And we have the hunger moon. So, bottom of the deck, number 44, attraction, the super moon. This is a very powerful time if you are receiving this message. You be careful what you think about. Be careful. This is the overall message of the entire reading. Be careful what you think about. Really start to pay attention to what you think about, because you are in the energy of manifesting. So you can attract what you are in the position to attract what you no longer want, to repel what you no longer want and attract what you do, and vice versa. By what you're thinking about, by what you're engaging in. Or you can attract more of what you don't want and repel what you do. Super moon. So we have two moons here, and the Queen of the Moon, the face card of this deck. Beautiful. And it makes total sense. And since the hunger card came out for this moon reading, for the wolf moon, and feel free to do more research about the wolf moon, and see what resonates with you in regards to this energy. So this is feed the good and hope within you. There will always be a lean part of the cycle. Prosperity will come. Do not let your hunger blindly dictate your actions entirely. An old and wise Cherokee of the First Nations of the U.S. is speaking to his grandsons about life. The young boy asks his grandfather, "It is said, grandfather, that everyone has 2 wolves within them. The first will give darkness, despair, and hate, and jealousy, and sorrow. The second wolf gives light, and hope, and helpfulness, and kindness. Yet, grandfather, I feel them fighting within me." And, the pre-shuffle before I even started again was 5 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. My small son, these 2 wolves will always fight, and they will fight within each person. You are no different, said the grandfather. But, said the boy, grandfather, which wolf will win? And the grandfather answers, whichever wolf you feed. We must be careful about what we nourish and feed within us. If we give abundance to the aspects of the self that can harm others and ourselves, then we cannot truly thrive. Having no limitations upon these behaviors and patterns hurts us and starves the higher and finer parts of ourselves that will bring us more happiness. To ripple our happiness to others is part of why we are on the planet as humans. We must also recognize that in life, just because it is a cycle, there will always be leaner, less abundant, or less bright times. Yet, we have built our resilience and self-trust for times like this, and we know we are both loved and protected. The cycle will soon turn to less shadow and more bounty. I recognize all that I hunger for. The companion stone, Amazonite. And it's just interesting because another, as it said at the end, another aspect is as what something calling you, something that you're hungering for, something that's calling to you, something you're starving for. And for some of you, it's self-love. It's loving yourself, loving yourself radically every day, nourishing yourself. And this is what some of you are actually hungering for. You're looking for it outside of yourself, perhaps. And it is said that self-love is the best magnet for real love, for true love. Because when you truly love yourself and you trust yourself and you respect yourself and your boundaries, then you set a precedent. And we have this sovereignty. We have this, some of you are really liberation from something. Sovereignty, the Queen of the Moon Oracle, you have power and it's real. And here with this supermoon, the Queen of the Moon and the supermoon, you have power and it's real. You can attract what you want and repel what you don't. This is like, and this is also to let you know that there's an opportunity. And clarify with the Fantasy Cat Oracle deck. Some of you are have been paying more attention to your needs and yourself, and have been standing your ground, and you've been honoring yourself. Yes. Wow. Oh my goodness. You know, and I saw that. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I love, this is the face card of this deck, which I love, the quiet joy of transition, as we have just come out of autumn and we're going into fall. But this is a transition, bottom of the deck. A time to move on. We also have traveling here. So let's get into that. I saw that some of you are really, you're hungering for love. You're hungering for intimacy. You're hungering for connection. You're hungering for a partner. I want to pull a tarot card from the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, some of you are really feeling lonely. You're feeling out in the cold. And you're feeding those thoughts. You're feeding those thoughts. You're feeding that wolf of negativity. You're feeding... Instead, you know, feed the positivity, the joy and the help. The joy and the hope and the fun things in life. You got self-love here. This is what you need to feed yourself with. This is what you need most of all. It sounds so cliche. Oh, I need to love myself. Yeah. Show yourself a daily ritual of love. You'll know what to do, you know, because we have empowering. came up to clarify self-love. And this is a very empowering energy. This is where it begins. And one of those is, you know, the common denominator of the things that you attract. Because you can say all women are bleep and you can say all men are bleep, but the common denominator in that situation is you. So there's this in loving yourself by telling yourself the truth. And for a lot of you, it's that you do want intimacy because it's right here. Queen of the Moon Oracle. Under that card, the Queen of the Moon, sovereignty. Some of you are, it's funny because we have this sovereignty, this kind of liberation, but we have an attitude desiring intimacy. And it's just like the Five of Pentacles I just saw. Like these three cats, they're kind of like street cats. They're out on their own. There's a little fairy up there watching them though. You know, they're not used to, you know, being petted. They're not used to being looked after or cared for. They're not used to having a family. That Mancoon is beautiful though. Or Maine Coon, I'm sorry. Some of you will be taking your power back with the Queen of the Moon here. Attitude, desiring intimacy. Why is that here with the sovereignty card? Oh, talk about intimacy, yeah. Ace of Staffs, passion, fire, sensuality, spark, chemicals. Yeah. And we have Seven of Cups, water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Ace of Staffs, Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. And we have Seven of Cups. Some of you are confused about what you want. Some of you are dreaming about intimacy. Some of you are pretending you don't need it, but there's passion here. And there's the Queen of the Moon. I feel the sovereignty is when when you tell yourself the truth, when you are honest with yourself that this is about what you really are hungering for, what you really want, you set yourself free. And you have the power to, casting a lot of shadows here. You have the power to change, grow, create that life. We have traveling here. Some of you, you're hungering for an adventure, for a trip, to see some place, to go somewhere, to experience something. And some of you, this is about a spiritual journey, even astral traveling. You're hungering for something that you have touched in a dream. Yeah, and we have traveling and we have the world here. So some of you are definitely will be seeing the world, traveling to a different part of the world. You've been hungering. And again, if you feed the good and the hope within you, it will come. It will manifest. 44. Some of you may be seeing the number 44. sorry, I reign over my own realm. When we reign over our own lives, it is us that takes on this responsibility. Takes on the responsibility for our own change and decisions. The Moon Queen knows that we, just under the divine, are our own rulers, and as such, the buck stops here. Therefore, it is worth us investing in growing our own self-awareness, our own self-trust, our own self-care, and self-esteem in real and practical ways. We must, as any queen would, set firm boundaries to protect our queendom and those who are under our protection. Okay, so this, I just wanted to read that. But I does say it does mean we may have to push against those who do not respect our line in the sand. So there was a lot of self there. Self-respect, self-esteem, self-trust, self-care. Actually, self-respect wasn't there. I added that in at the beginning. The companion stone here for that card is platinum. Or metal. It's platinum's a metal. My bad. We must set firm boundaries to protect ourselves. They're saying queendom. This does not mean we become cruel rulers. We should always aim for benevolence, fairness, and a great love for all, as well as ourselves. It does not mean it does mean we may have to push against those who do not respect our line in the sand. Look, I know this time of year is really hard for those. I've been there. I've walked that path, okay? I know. This time of year can be a drag if you're not in a relationship and you want to be. If you allow it to. If you feed that negativity. Again, you have this hunger and this feeding, you know, which wolf, the wolf that will win within you is the wolf that you feed. And then you have this attraction card about this powerful time of attraction. And you have ace. There's this ace of staffs with the 7 of staffs. There's, you know, a staff. First of all, they talked about the power to reign over your realm. And here you have power over the situation of desiring intimacy, authenticity. And when you become your authentic self in as it said, self-care, self-trust, self-esteem, self-awareness, self-love, all of those things, respecting your boundaries. Not allowing people to walk all over you, not allowing yourself to be a doormat, saying yes and meaning yes, and saying no and meaning no. It's another powerful lesson for boundaries. And as we come up on these you know, holidays that generate money, you know, like Valentine's Day, you know, something that was just supposed to, you know, kind of represent a gesture of, you know, fun and flirtiness and, you know, an excuse to ask someone out that you had a crush on, or, you know, just to show someone in some that has turned into this like huge, this day that puts huge pressure on people and brings a lot of people down. I feel that for some of you, you know, planning something for yourself. You know, I'm not talking about going out to a restaurant or anything. If you want to, like on Valentine's Day with your friends or whatever, but just doing something to love yourself and not being down on yourself, not being in the negativity, because, you know, there's this, it's almost like the divine is saying, you know, just try it. Just give it to yourself, and it's empowering. And those of you who have walked that journey, you already know how empowering it is. When you realize, you know, for instance, when you've dated someone or you've been in a relationship and you see you saw all the red flags. But you ignored them because you desired something, because you wanted something. Just recognizing that within yourself. And I see travel. I see passion. Seven of Cups, or maybe, you know, something about a dream, or maybe even a fantasy. Choices, knowing what you want. You have power over the Ace of Staffs is the power, the Seven of Cups is your realm. What do you want? Be honest with yourself about what you want. Be honest with yourself about where you want to go. Be honest with yourself about how you treat yourself. You know, respect yourself, care for yourself, are aware. Because this is a powerful moon. There's a powerful energy right now for you to get what you wanted. You have the world. But the first person you got to take care of, dear ones, is you. I know that sounds like a cliche, and I know it sounds like the advice that, you know, is given in, you know, every self-help book, but it's true. How can you love someone else if you don't love yourself? How can you trust someone else if you don't trust yourself? How can you, you know, give what you don't have? How can you fill someone else's cup if your own cup is empty? Tell me about empowering. What do we need to know about empowering? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I love it. We got Two of Cups. There it is. Commitment, relationship, love. An offering of love. Two people coming together, you know, to fill each other's cup with the same intention, the same goal. They're on the same page. There's balance here. There's harmony. There's peace. There's abundance. But you loving yourself brings the love that you're looking for to you. This is what the divine wants you to know. Three of Swords. Heartache, pain from the past. You know, we've all been hurt. Who hasn't? But that's part of the process. That's part of all of those people who hurt you were your teachers. They taught you what you wanted. They taught you what you didn't want. They taught you what you liked, what you didn't like. They taught you where your boundaries lie. They taught you a lot. And this love, empowering a relationship with yourself, not only brings you the love, there's a healing here. And then we have 2, 3, and we got the Seven of Cups again. So we have 77 and 44 here. Oh, I lied, my dear. We have 777 here. Empress energy, which I've been seeing a lot lately. So you have 7. We have 3 sevens here. And with the Ace of Staffs and the attraction card, yeah, this is... If you're lonely, you know, and this pain from the past, or this pain, this hurt, this fear, this anxiety, whatever this pain from that's around your heart, you know, it's clouding your judgment. It's clouding how you, the choices, how you make choices. And Spirit wants you to know you'll find empowerment in loving and caring for yourself. Sometimes we've made wrong decisions in our life, what we think are wrong decisions, bad choices, and then we don't trust ourselves. We make choices based off of our mistakes instead of making choices off of what you've learned. Which is what, you know, again, feeding, which wolf will you feed? But we have the card, the World card. victory, triumph, completion. The Ace of Staffs, I see that intimacy, that love, that affection. And it comes with someone taking reign, taking their power back, taking the reins back. Yeah. Yeah, it's time. The key here is seeing the common denominator in a situation that and how it comes from a lack of self-love. But self-love is empowering. And even love itself, or the relationship, can be very empowering, it can be very healing. Some of you are denying yourself love, you're denying yourself what you truly are hungering for. What's calling to you because of pain from the past. And some of you have already learned that, and there's an offer of love coming in. There's an offer of commitment coming in. I want to say, we have the Three of Swords and the Seven of Cups coming. There's this time of confusion. There's clouds in both of these, right? The Three of Swords and the Seven of Cups, this 10, this completion. Again, I'm getting, for some of you, the love, the pain that you have from the past in regards to relationships, was to teach you about what you want, what you don't want, how to recognize the red flags, how to, say, no, this is not for me. How to respect your boundaries. And there's empowerment here. You have empowerment, and then you have, I reign over my own realm. Sovereignty and empowerment. But don't deny that you're desiring. Don't lie to yourself and say you're not, you don't want a relationship, you don't want intimacy, you don't want a partner, a relationship, because it's a lie. And we also have the Queen of Cups here. And this is that energy of self-love, that energy of loving yourself, nurturing yourself, being gentle with yourself. This is one way that you can practice your self-love, dear ones, by being gentle with yourself, how you speak to yourself. When you make a mistake, when you forget something, when you're late from work, when you mess up at work, or you mess up with one of your friends, or just be gentle with yourself. Pay attention to how you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself. Do you take care of your needs first? Do you make sure you get enough water? Do you make sure you get enough rest? Do you make sure you take time out to rest? Do you make sure you do the things just taking care of your world? The Queen of Cups, compassion, empathy, nurturing, love, kindness. Just such as Queen of Cups is such a sweet energy. And you have that here, clarifying, traveling. So some of you, this is a journal. You're traveling within yourself, and you're getting you're seeing, because there's this third eye energy with the markings on the cat, and perfect with the Queen of Cups. There's more to see here in regards to this battle that's going on within you. and how positivity works for you, how you use positivity, positive affirmations, positive thought about yourself, as well as how your negative energy, how do you deal with that? Where does that come in? But I feel like I definitely feel astral travel and dreams. Some of you, very interesting. King of Swords on the bottom. Some of you are dreaming about something, going somewhere. And for some of you, this could, again, Queen of Cups, I'm just getting loving yourself. Takes you where you want to go. May I have another card, please, for the Queen of Cups and travel? Page of Pentacles, yeah. Oh gosh, yeah, some of you are going to go overseas. You might even be going to a wedding, some kind of family event, maybe a family reunion. You might be buying a home overseas. Yeah, or you might just be moving. Some of you, whatever this traveling is, it has to do with something that you're hungering for, something that's calling to you. And don't fight it. Because we have, well, I see the Four of Wands. I also see the Devil, Capricorn. So again, could be Capricorn energy, and it could be you and energy, ways of thinking. But we have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, an opportunity is coming in for you to travel. And we have the Ten of Swords, because it's time for this period that you've been in, this darkness. It's time for you to see something new, and we got the Six of Swords. So some of you may be even going overseas. You may be traveling, a cruise. So you might be, traveling, somewhere where there is water. But yeah, there's definitely an opportunity for you. Some of you really want to travel. You've been dreaming about it, and there's this energy of gifting yourself that out of self-love, the adventure. Traveling allows you to go to not only a different, clearly, location, and there's a different energy, there's a different resonance, there's a different way of life, there's a different smell in the air. I remember, I'm from the Midwest, and the first time I went to California, man, when I got off that plane, it was just, you could feel the meteorites. You could just feel that, and I was like, this place is, wow, off the chain. So, that has a lot, that helps get you a lot of perspective, a lot of clarity, and I'm getting this energy that you deserve it. Take the opportunity. Don't hold yourself back. Don't let things that have happened in the past, things that people have said to you, darkness that other people have cast upon you, don't let them. The divine wants you to travel, wants you to follow that dream. And it's resonating with you. You know what this is. Again, we have super attraction. We have super moon. We have attraction. So this is a period where you can make some of these things happen. But and I'm getting now too, some of you that are in a relationship, it's about you taking back your power with sovereignty and self-love and empowerment here. It's about, in this relationship, it's about you taking back your power. And this is somehow has something to do with restoring intimacy, restoring the fire, the spark, the connection. And maybe even taking a trip together. And again, when you come back from that energy to you, there's a different perspective. There's a different, and then again, with this hunger, this wolf moon, and we have transition. In which we just came out of autumn, and we're transitioning into winter. And there was something about maybe this season for you. This is also the transition is also a time, some of you like morning time or twilight, actually, when the sun is between both worlds, when night is going into day and day is going into night. This card represents that time of day, hence the imagery in the background. So some of you, getting up earlier or spending a couple moments outside or even just looking out the window during this time. There's just, especially water signs, twilight is a great time of magic. For us is our time of magic and connection, because between two worlds, especially Cancers, between two worlds, and but I'm getting with the traveling and the transition, the 8 of Wands and the 6 of Swords. It's time to make a transition. It's time to make a change, and it's time to answer something deep within you that's calling. And with the attraction and the sovereignty, you can take back not only your power, but you have the power to manifest a dream, intimacy, empowerment, a trip, a relationship, passion. All right, so the next moon in February, full moon, will be our next moon reading, and I thank you for your time and your attention. I hope this resonated with you, and remember, you are the flowering magi. So follow your intuition. Pay attention to the images that have come into your mind, the memories, the images, the songs, things that spark, memories that are maybe, or whatever. If you're looking at the imagery on the cards and it reminds you of something, or you pay attention to that. Okay? Pay attention to that, because that is your intuition speaking to you, especially the pictures in your mind. The mind speaks in images, projections, pictures. So, because one day you will no longer follow my channel. You will no longer check in with my readings. And that's a good thing. That's what's supposed to happen. So just, watch your thoughts. And I just feel with the transition card, you have the power to make the changes that you're hungering and desiring for. But make sure that you're taking care of yourself and you're filling your cup first. And I don't mean that in a selfish way. If you need to sleep, then sleep. If you need to eat or drink some water or take a moment or have some time away from other people, or you need to get out, do what you need to do to nourish and care for yourself, heal yourself, trust yourself, be aware of yourself. And this is where your empowerment comes from. This is where you make the transition into the things that you're dreaming and calling for. Happy Wolf Moon.